Be honest. Have you ever felt so alone at night that even your own room feels like a prison? That night, Aisha did. It was past midnight. The world outside was silent. Rain was falling softly, like the sky was also crying. Aisha sat on her bed in a small dark room. One weak lamp was on. Everything felt quiet, but her heart was loud. Her phone was in her hand. Not for fun. Not for scrolling. She was holding it like it was the only thing left in her life. For weeks, Aisha had been pretending. In front of people, she smiled. She said, "I'm fine." She laughed at jokes, but at night, she broke. Because nights do not lie. Nights show the truth. Aisha was tired. Not tired from work. Not tired from studies. She was tired from life. She had given so much love to people, but received so little in return. She had been strong for everyone, but no one was strong for her. She opened her notes app. Her fingers were shaking, and she began typing a message. A goodbye message. I tried. I really tried. But I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. Her eyes filled with tears. She stared at the words. Her thumb moved slowly toward the send button. One tap, and it would be over. But suddenly her phone rang, a loud ring in the middle of silence. Aisha froze. Her heart jumped. She stared at the screen. Unknown number. She blinked again. Who calls at this time? The phone kept ringing, and for some strange reason, she answered. Hello, she whispered. A calm male voice came. Sorry, is this Sana? Aisha wiped her tears. No, you called the wrong number. Oh my God, I'm really sorry. The man said quickly. I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll hang up. Aisha should have ended it, but she didn't. She stayed silent. The man also stayed silent. Then he asked softly, Are you okay? That simple question hit Aisha like a wave, because no one asked her that. Not really. Her lips trembled. I'm fine, she lied. But her voice was shaking. The man didn't believe her. He said gently, It's okay if you're not fine. And that was enough. Aisha broke. She started crying. Not a small cry, a deep cry, like all her pain finally came out. She covered her face, trying to stay quiet. But the tears were stronger. The man didn't hang up. He didn't speak too much. He just stayed there, listening. After a while, Aisha whispered, I'm sorry. You don't even know me. The man replied softly, That's why it's okay. With strangers, you don't have to pretend. Aisha closed her eyes. Those words felt warm. She asked, Why are you still on the call? The man took a small breath. Because I know this feeling. Aisha was quiet. The man continued, I wasn't actually calling Sana. Aisha opened her eyes. What? He said. I said a name so I don't sound weird. But the truth is, I dialed a random number. Aisha was shocked. Why would you do that? The man laughed a little sadly. Because tonight, I was also breaking. Aisha held her phone tighter. The man spoke slowly. My name is Ahmad. Aisha whispered, Aisha. Ahmad said her name gently. Aisha, I don't know who you are, but I know pain when I hear it. Aisha's voice became soft. She said, I feel like I'm drowning, and no one notices. Ahmad replied, Then let me notice. Aisha cried again, and then she started talking. She talked about her life, how she used to be happy, how she had dreams. But slowly, things changed. She spoke about love, how she loved someone deeply. She gave her heart. She trusted him. But in the end, he left, not with hate, but with silence. And silence hurts more than anger. He made me feel like I was too much, she said. Too emotional, too sensitive, too needy. Ahmad said calmly, missing him doesn't make you weak. Ayesha whispered, but I feel stupid because he moved on. And I'm still stuck. Ahmad replied, that's not stupidity. That's a heart that loved for real. Those words made Ayesha breathe differently. She continued speaking. She told him about her family, how she loved them, but couldn't share her pain because they would say, pray more, be strong, don't think too much. But the truth was, Ayesha was tired of being strong. She said, I smile in front of everyone, but inside I'm dying. Ahmad went silent. Then he said, do you want to know something? Ayesha sniffed. Yes, Ahmad said, men cry too. Men break too. Ayesha listened. He continued, I lost my mother last year. Ayesha's heart stopped. Ahmad spoke with pain. She was my best friend. After she died, my house became empty. Ayesha whispered, I'm so sorry. Ahmad replied, people told me, be a man, be strong. But nights were cruel. Ayesha understood because she was living the same cruel nights. Ahmad said, tonight, I felt like I couldn't breathe. So I dialed a random number. Ayesha stared at her phone. A random number became a life-saving voice. Ayesha said softly, maybe God planned it. Ahmad answered, maybe. The rain outside was still falling, but Ayesha didn't feel alone anymore. She finally told Ahmad the truth. I was writing a goodbye message. She admitted. Ahmad didn't panic. He didn't shout. He just said calmly, I'm glad you answered the call. Ayesha cried again, but this time it was relief. Ahmad said, listen, Ayesha, I won't tell you fake things like everything will be okay, because I know pain doesn't disappear like magic. Ayesha stayed quiet. He continued, but I will tell you something real. You don't have to fix your whole life tonight. Just survive this night. Those words felt like someone held her hand. Ayesha whispered, I don't know how to live like this. Ahmad replied, then live slowly. One breath at a time. One morning at a time. Ayesha took a deep breath. Her chest didn't feel as tight now. They kept talking, like two broken people helping each other stand. Ayesha shared childhood memories. Ahmad shared memories of his mother. Sometimes they laughed softly. Sometimes they went quiet. But it was not an empty silence. It was a safe silence. Ayesha looked at the time, 2:30 a.m. She couldn't believe it. 2 hours ago, she was close to ending everything. Now she was still here. Alive. Ahmad said, Ayesha, promise me something, she asked. What? He said, promise me you won't hurt yourself tonight. Ayesha swallowed. Then she said firmly, I promise. Ahmad exhaled like he was holding his breath for too long. Ayesha looked at her notes. The goodbye message was still there. She read it one last time. Her tears dropped again. And then she deleted it. Ahmad heard the tap sound. He asked softly, what did you do? Ayesha whispered, I deleted it. Ahmad said quietly, thank you. Ayesha replied, no, thank you. The rain outside slowed down. The sky slowly turned from black to dark blue. Morning was coming. And with morning came hope. Not big hope, not perfect life, but a small light. Ahmad said, you know, sometimes life doesn't give miracles. Ayesha said, yes. Ahmad continued, but sometimes it gives moments, small moments, that save us. Ayesha looked at the window. The wet road was shining under the streetlight. She whispered, this phone call saved me. Ahmad said, I think it saved me too. Ayesha smiled, a real smile, a smile after pain. Ahmad said, You are not weak for feeling too much. You are not a burden for needing love. Ayesha's eyes filled again because she needed to hear that. Ahmad added, when you wake up tomorrow, do one small thing for yourself. Ayesha asked, like what? Ahmad said, drink water. Open your window. Wash your face. Write your feelings. And say, I'm still here. Ayesha whispered, I'm still here. Ahmad replied, yes, and that matters. The call went quiet, not awkward. Just peaceful. Then finally, Ahmad said, you should sleep now. Ayesha hesitated. Will you talk again? Ahmad paused, then said, if you want, yes, but not as strangers. Ayesha's heart warmed. Okay, she whispered. Ahmad said, save my number. Ayesha saved it. Ahmad. Simple. Real. Before ending the call, Ayesha said, Ahmad, yes? Ayesha smiled through tears. Thank you for calling the wrong number. Ahmad laughed softly. The best mistake of my life, he said. Ayesha replied, good night or good morning. Ahmad said gently, good morning, Ayesha. The call ended. Ayesha placed the phone beside her pillow. She lay down. Her eyes were heavy, but her heart was lighter. And for the first time in a long time, Ayesha fell asleep. Not because she had escaped life, but because she chose to stay. Because sometimes surviving one night is the bravest thing a person can do.